But the first presentation is by Evert Nõlv. I heard somebody working in the court calling him her angel, or was it a magic man? Or, yeah, more of a magic man. That whenever there is a problem with a computer and search, then Evert will help to fix it. Evert is known, his background is IT, but he has studied law as well. And I think almost all law firms and lawyers in Estonia, they know him and his plugin xLaw. So Evert, where are you? The floor is yours.
So hi, my name is Evert and I'm going to speak about xLaw. So Hannes already introduced me, but to give you more background about me, then I have studied IT, plus I've taken many courses from law. I've been a legal intern in a law firm called Borenius, now Cobalt. I was a year in San Francisco and I was working in a legal technology company called xLaw. We were doing court case search engine for US lawyers. And now I'm back in Estonia. I'm currently working as an IT advisor of Supreme Court of Estonia, as well as doing my own business called ExtendLaw, which has the main product called xLaw. So around 2 years ago, I was sitting in a classroom and the professor was scrolling the state gazette, so-called riigiteataja.ee, and she was quite nervous, like, where is this paragraph or article or subsection? And actually, if you read, or you don't have to read, but only I will point out that this is Police and Border Guard Act, and it will reference to a code of criminal procedure, but it doesn't have any reference links. So you have to open up a new tab, go to riigiteataja.ee, find this criminal procedure code, scroll or use control find or use the table of content to find this mentioned article there. So I was like, okay, I have studied IT, I have studied law. I didn't even realize that there are no links here because I was so used to it. So many times we are doing our things and we do it as they are and we don't question, should we improve it or could it be done differently? And so I made a small plugin called xLaw and it added those links there. So now you can click here. It will open up a new tab. It will scroll directly to this specific article. And it's easy as that. And after that, it got some momentum among Estonian lawyers. And I was thinking, okay, what's the next step? What do lawyers do after they find a specific article or articles which they reference to? They usually try to find court cases. They try to find scientific journal articles to interpret or understand what this sentence is all about. Because as you heard from previous presentations, and law is quite hard to understand, and even lawyers don't understand those sentences, what they are meaning. So they need court cases, journal articles, and some other reference points to understand how broad or narrow this specific clause is. So, and then I thought of pulling it all together next to a law article in State Gazette. So it adds a top of riigiteataja an extra layer, and it will show you the search links for Supreme Court cases, for lower level court cases. Also have pulled together scientific journal articles about those specific law articles. And I'm showing them right in the riigiteataja.ee, so lawyers don't have to get used to another platform. They don't need to go to a separate platform to start searching from there, but it's already there in the same their environment what they are using every day. So it was a hobby project, and then I thought, okay, and what will be the next step? I was interning in a law firm, as I mentioned before, and I saw that conducting research and writing memos or contracts, you'll find or construct different sentences, and actually you don't find them easy to find later on when you actually need those. So I added a functionality that law firms can add their own private information, which only they can see among their own colleagues in the same law firm. So now if you find a important or interpretative clause, then you can add it directly to your state gazette. You can read it, all your colleagues will see it as well. And there are many ways how you can add information. One is directly from this riigiteataja.ee. Another one is when you're, for example, using Supreme Court website, you will just highlight a specific phrase which you would like to remember in future as well. So I pressed right click, added save to xLaw. It will pre-fill the comment, it will pre-fill the title, it will pre-fill the URL as well. You only have to point out in which law and in which article you want to see it. As well, if you want, you can add some relevant keywords. So actually, not everything is related to specific law articles, or if they are, some concepts are related to multiple different law articles. And therefore, I built, just recently launched it around 2 months ago, keyword dashboard. So you could actually go to riigiteataja, as well as you did before, click an extra button on here called xLaw dashboard, and it will open up the private information which you have collected inside of your law firm. You can search through the keywords, you can click on them, you will see those specific clauses. So it's kind of like a knowledge management system for law firms. And as you can see, you can also use some auto-suggest when you type in something. And after that, I was thinking, okay, now we have links, we have some relevant sources, we also have ability to add your own comments there. But I noticed that I'm always going to riigiteataja.ee and then trying to find Obligation Law Act, for example, or different directives, and it was quite inconvenient. So the next step was to build a feature called xLaw Quick Search. So those are different quick search options. So you can access them directly from your Chrome or Firefox address bar. And to see it in action, so in here you can see that I'm only typing their different laws, or I can also type Supreme Court case number, it will go directly there, or I can point out specific directive and even the article number, and it will scroll into that specific place. So to move on, xLaw also has as State Gazette is quite inconvenient for using from mobile. Then there's actually a mobile application as well, where you can go through and search for different articles and read the content of it. Also, as well, see your own comments there and xLaw public sources as well. So now, today, I have actually 2 announcements to make. So today, I'm moving a step forward and now announcing that xLaw is also as well for Eurolex. So it's my way of expanding out of Estonia as well as giving Estonian lawyers ability to add extra information on top of Eurolex, where all the directives and regulations are. As well as you can see that I have already done some matching myself. So I'm currently linking directives and Estonian law together. So you could see which directive article is based on our law. So in here we have value-added tax directive article 12, and you can see from here that our own value-added tax act paragraph 16 subsection 2 is the representation of this specific article. This is currently in Value-Added Tax Act and in Investment Funds Act, but I will start rolling out it to the other laws as well. So, and my next announcement. So, startups really like to say that we are making the world a better place. So it's quite a cliche or a catchy word. Then my new tagline is making the world a better place. So what I mean by that is actually making a Microsoft Word plugin where you could actually search for your keywords, save your even contract points or your legal arguments to draw a memo, for example. And so as we don't have enough time, then I can show you the GIF. So in here we can see there's an extra column, right side of the word. You can actually add sentences directly to your document. You can go through, find relevant points. Are they legal arguments or are they legal opinions about specific law articles, for example? And then also, if you're, for example, writing a contract and you would like to see, like, is this business still working? What's the registry code? And some other relevant information, then there's a functionality for that as well. So in here, currently, we can see that we can select random text from our own document, press add, and it will pre-fill the comment. You only have to specify the keyword. And after that, it will save it to xLaw, and you can search it from your keyword dashboard as well from inside the Word. And as I mentioned before, then there's a business registry integration as well. And here we can see I'm selecting Swedbank. I'm pressing the business registry button. I can see autocomplete about different businesses. I will see the registry code. I can open up business registry itself to check relevant information about the company. I can also write it directly to this input box. Like also we have these different law firms there. We can also get some information about our bar association and so on and so forth. So, actually I have some other features as well. I will only mention them briefly. For example, this is a Supreme Court case, and you will see which further or in the future which case is mentioned as this specific case. So you could know, like, is this a relevant case? Because everybody after that case mentioned that case, or it isn't so relevant or not. So this is also one feature which I have. Also, there's a website called Legal.ee. I'm the owner of it. It will show you the lower level court cases. The differentiator is that it's in the form of HTML, so in form of website. You don't have to download all the PDFs and try to open them. And that's about it. So now, as my journey have lasted around 2 years, I now have Chrome plugin, Firefox plugin, I have mobile apps for Android and iPhone, and today I announced that there's also a Word plugin for xLaw. And thank you for your attention.